Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So exploratory data analysis is very important, and at times it is very time consuming to look at all those missing values, variable types, look at all those statistics, distributions of the variables, correlation, so many things for various variables of a data frame. This task can be made easy when we use AutoEDA tools. So today we are discussing an AutoEDA tool for Python. The tool name is Pandas Profiling. This package generates a wonderful profile report just by using one line of code. We can get summary of the data and all these important information which helps us to explore the data. So here you can see what information we can get by using Pandas profiling package. We can get information about variable types. So in a data frame we have different columns, data types for all those columns, and some essential information about unique values, missing values, percentage of missing values, some quantile statistics like first, second, third quartile, minimum, maximum range, interquartile range, all those descriptive summary statistics, obviously mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variation, skewness, kurtosis, everything. And we can here get histograms for all variables to see their distribution, to understand their pattern. We also get information about correlations among the variables. Here we get correlations which are Pearson, Spearman and Kendall correlation. Also we get information about Cramer's V and phi coefficient, and we see the plots which highlight highly correlated variables. So we kind of understand the pattern of relationship between all those sort of variables, whether they are numeric or categorical variable. And we also get important information about missing values. So we will see all these things for a data set. Here I am going to use a data set for North Carolina birth data set. So first let me load the data set. So before loading the data set, it's there in my local system. So let me quickly check my current working directory. To check current working directory, we can use OS. So import OS, and the command is os.getcwd. So getcwd means get current working directory. It will just return you what working directory you are currently in. So currently my working directory is this. I just want to change it because my data file is in some different folder. So to change working directory, what we can do is we can use from OS the function which is chdir for change directory. Okay, chdir, and here we need to give the path where the local file is there. So here is my folder in my system where I have the data set available. So let me give the path here, and just to make sure, I again check my working directory. So getcwd again. Yeah, so now my working directory is set. I can import data set. And to import data set, we will be using import pandas spd. And to generate profile report, we need to use one more package. It's already installed in my system, otherwise we need to install it. So pandas profiling spp. Now let me load my data set. So I'm giving it a name NC. It might take some time. Read CSV, and my data file name is also nc.csv. And just have a look at the first few rows of the data. So oh sorry, I just did a typo. It's pd read underscore csv. Yeah. So here is the data frame. So basically here we have some columns which are, if you want to read the data description, it's here in the notepad. So we have 13 variables here. Some are categorical, some are numerical, and the columns represent, like FH column represent father's age in years. So basically we have data set which is related to birth data. So here we have father's age, mother's age. Here we have a column mature, which represent younger mom and mature mom. Basically it's the giving us the same information with MH column. So maybe they have created a categorical column just by using MH column. So we have two categories of moms, younger mom and mature mom. We have weeks of pregnancy. So how many weeks she is running in. Preemie, here we have a variable which represent whether the baby is full term or preterm, and visits, so it's number of visits, gynae visits, and marital, it's the marital status of the mom, so married and unmarried. Gained, so weight gained by the mother, so it is in pounds, how many pounds she has gained, and weight, it is the weight of newborn baby. Low birth weight, so it is again the birth weight category. So if the baby's weight is, there might be some range below that level, they have written, they have classified as low birth weight. And so this variable is again created by using weight variable only. Gender is the gender of baby, obviously male and female. Habit of the mother, habit is the column which represent whether the mother is a smoker or non-smoker. And then we have another which is a white mom, so whether the mother is a white mom or not, right? So we have all these variables here, and here also we can see we have missing values. So usually to explore data, we look at all those data types, D types, we look at describe function. We just want to look at a quick summary here using pandas profiling, because we have loaded pandas profiling as PP, so we just need to use from PP the function which is profile report. Profile report. Make sure of the spelling, make sure that cases are right. It's P capital, R capital. And here you need to give the data. So data is here NC. If you want, you can give it a title also. Title. So suppose I am giving the title NC report and just run it. It will take few seconds. It's summarizing the data set, and you will see the report generated by this. So after few seconds, you see the report is already generated, and here is the report. You see here is the title NC report which you have given. You have some tabs here, overview, variables, interaction. We will see that one by one. So here is the first tab, overview. And if you want to move to the second tab, variables, you can click here. Here are the variables, interactions, correlations. So all these things you can browse from here. So let's look at overview first. In overview also you have three different things. First, in overview you have the basic information about the data set, number of variables, number of observations. So there are 1000 observations. Missing cells are 215. Percentage of missing cell is 1.7%. It is the percentage of missing cell in the overall data set. So you can quickly check. Here is my quick calculator here. So what we do here is we have 215 missing values. 215 out of how many values? So out of, we know that 13 columns are there and 1000 observations are there. So 13,000, if we divide, we get this 0.016. So it is nothing but 1.65%, and when we round off, it becomes 1.7%. So we have 1.7% missing values in the entire data set. No duplicate rows, memory, and here we see that we have 7 categorical and 6 numerical variables. Here, if we look at quick warnings, we say that we see some important warnings that we have missing values in these data columns, 17% and 2.7% missing values here. Here these percentages are with respect to this column, with respect to this column. So in F age column we have highest number of missing values. Out of 1000 observation we have 171 missing values in this column. Also there is a warning that this gained column have 28 rows where the observation is 0. So weight gained is 0 for these observations. So it warns us maybe something fishy here, that we are talking about pregnancy and mother has gained 0 weight. So we need to check and validate the data set. Here we get information that the report generation is started this time and the duration was 26 seconds. So now quickly look at the variables here. So we have here the variables. Let me go here. And first is father's age variable, and we have 37 distinct values here which are unique 4.5%. We see the missing value, same information which we were getting there also, and we see the quick summary of mean, minimum, maximum value, 0 values, and here is the plot. So father's age start from 14 and maximum age is 55 years and average age is 30 years. So we see this is the pattern here. And similarly we have the information for mother's age, minimum 13, maximum 50, and the pattern looks very similar to that of father's age. No missing value here and no 0 age. It's there. Mature, It represents whether the mom is mature mom or young mom. So you see here many moms are there in younger category and there are few moms in mature category. It depends upon where they have drawn the line. Two distinct values, obviously, no missing, nothing there. Weeks of pregnancy, again we get this information. So here we have two missing value, you can see here, and 23 different values, minimum 20, maximum 45 weeks of pregnancy, but the mean is 38. You see the distribution here is right skewed. Most of the moms are having weeks of pregnancy which are more than 30, I guess, or 35, and very few moms whose weeks of pregnancy is 20 or between 25, 20, around less than 30. So it is a right skewed distribution. We will get more information about these variables when we will be looking at other tabs there. Preemie, so we have most of the babies are premature. There are 152 babies which are preemie baby, and there are two missing values here also. Visit count, so we see that minimum 0, maximum 30 doctors visit, so on an average 12 visit, and 7 observation are here having entry 0. So we need to make sure if the data is correct or there is some data entry error. But that is a part of data validation. Here we get a quick summary so that we understand if there is something fishy, we can check. Marital status, so not married and unmarried, so maximum are not married here. Gained, so weight gained, we have 27 missing value here, which is 2.7% with respect to this column. And minimum is 0, maximum is 85, mean is 30. Similarly, we see weight and other variable, low birth weight, gender. Gender is almost equally divided, because gender of the baby is usually having the uniform pattern. It does not depend on any of the factor. We can never predict the gender of baby. Smoker, we have many non-smoker mothers, but few, 126 of the mothers are smoker also. Now we look at interactions here. You see interactions, you have two tabs here, and the tabs are for all numerical variables. If you have seen carefully, the father's, mother's age, week of pregnancy, visit, weight gain, and weight of the baby. All these are numerical variable. Maybe they are discrete or maybe they are continuous. We will see that. So here we have two tabs. One is for x-axis, one is for y-axis. By default, both are selected as same variable. Let's click here. So it's the plot between father's age and mother's age. Father's age on x-axis and this one is on y-axis. We see a clear correlation. Looks like a linear correlation between these two variables. And we see here weeks and father's age. So there is no association. We can't see any association between these variables, and we don't even expect any association between father's age and week of pregnancy. And this is between father's age and visit. I think father's age is not going to be related with any of the variables. Let's have a quick look with all these variables. So no association at all. If we look at mother's age, we have already seen these, so we will look at mother's age with week of pregnancy, visit, gain, weight. So we don't see any strong relationship between mother's age and any of the variables. We look at weeks of pregnancy with visits. Here some association we can see, not very strong. Weeks of pregnancy and weight gain, here we see little better association, so more weight gain when weeks of pregnancy is up more than 30, and weight gain of baby. So here we assume also baby's weight keeps on increasing as mother's weeks of pregnancy increase. So we see here baby's weight when mothers of weeks of pregnancy 20 and 25, 30, 35, 45, it's increasing. It's not linear pattern, but it's monotonic pattern. So you see a correlation between this. We will verify it with correlation also. So these kind of association plots you can always look at by clicking at different combinations of variables, and you can understand. You see here weeks of pregnancy is a discrete variable here. Some are like this age variable, father's, mother's age, these are continuous variable, but weeks is a discrete variable. So you will see that kind of a scale here. Now let's look at correlations. You can scroll down also, and if you are here and if you just want to look at correlation, You can just click here, you will get correlations. So here we have Spearman, Pearson, Kendall's. Spearman is, sorry, first of all, Pearson is correlation measure which measures strength and direction of linear relationship between the numerical variables. And obviously it's lying between -1 to +1. These values, negative values for negative correlation, and these are for positive correlation. Color here highlights the range of the correlation. So for example, we see here the dark color on the diagonal represents the perfect positive correlation 1, because on the diagonal we have the same variables like f age and f age, m age and m age, so we have perfect correlation here. And we have highest correlation here between these two variables. We can see between f age and m age, and here also the same information. So father's age and mother's age are highly correlated. And we have seen that in the pattern also, that it looks very similar pattern, but here we get information about their correlation also. And we see here father's age is not correlated strongly with any other variable. Mother's age is also not strongly correlated with any other variable. Just we see here maybe between 0.25 to 50 correlation with mother's age and visit, but it's not that strong. It's a weak correlation. Yeah, weak is a variable which is strongly correlated with weight. So we have seen that in the scatter plot also. Week of pregnancy and weight of baby, it's strongly correlated. So we see here, and visit not strongly correlated here, no. So we just see that strong correlations are between father's age, mother's age, and week and weight. So these two pairs of variables are having strong correlation, and few variables are having negative correlation, but that's very low. And similar information we get when we look at a Spearman rho. When to use a Spearman rho, when to use Pearson. For that I will create a separate video. Spearman correlation is basically used when you have monotonic relationship between the variables, which is more general than linear correlation. But the same information we are getting here too. High value of correlation between these two variables, father's, mother's age, and here between weeks of pregnancy and weight gain of baby. For rest of the variables, we don't see moderate or even we just have weak correlation. We don't see moderate or high correlation for rest of the variables. Here is the value of Kendall's tau, which is again a form of correlation coefficient for categorical data. So here again we see the same information. As I said, I will create a separate video which will discuss all these three type of correlation coefficient and which one to choose when. Here is Cramer's V, which shows the numerical measure of association between categorical variable. Here you see the variables are now changed. These are mature, so categorical variable, mature or younger mom, preemie, full term or preemie baby. So all these were categorical variables as we have seen, and here we see the numerical measure of strength of association between these variables. Here again the color coding is there, so we see dark color here. So we get to know that preemie and birth weight, low birth weight are associated strongly. So whether the baby is premature or full term is associated with low birth weight or not low birth weight, and this is what we expect also. Usually the premature babies are having low birth weight. So we see association here. We see some association here also, marital status and white mom. And we see this is the same, low birth weight and preemie baby, white mom and marital status. Some very slight association here also between mature and marital status. So married moms are mature moms, it's kind of that. But just one important information we are getting, which is premature and low birth weight. And again there is one more coefficient here, which is phi k. If you just want to have a quick understanding about what are these variables without looking at the mathematics behind that, you can just read the description here. So phi k is a new measure, and basically it gives you information about correlation between categorical, ordinal, interval, all those variables. Also, when we compute phi k in Python, it also include the numerical variables. So you see here, when I look at phi k, I have all those variables here, numerical and categorical. So for numerical measures, it shows the summary which is Pearson correlation coefficient, and for categorical variables it shows us the association measures related to categorical variables. And again the color coding is there, so we can see the clear pattern there between all those variables, that how these variables are associated. So mature is related with father's age also, so this kind of association we can read. Now let me quickly tell you about the missing value thing here. So here, so in missing value we just get these things like count of missing value. So we see father's age 829 values are there, so we see there are missing values, maximum missing values are in father's age column, and we see thousands, so no missing value. Here we have 2 missing values in weeks, preemie 2 missing value, visits 9 missing value. So we get an idea how many missing values we have in this data set. And we can look at matrix, heat map, and dendrogram of missing values also. But usually we need this information, that is enough to tell us how many missing values are there in which column. And sample gives us first few rows and last few rows of the data set. So if we quickly want to look at the data set, I hope this video is useful for you to get a quick summary or quick report of your exploratory data analysis for all these important information. And I just missed telling you how to install the package in case you don't have installed it. So you just need to use this code pip install pandas profiling and notebook HTML. So this line of code will help you to install the package in your Jupyter notebook, then you can use it. But if you are using Colab for your analysis, in Colab this package is installed by default, but that's the older version, so we get some issues in generating the HTML report if we run the command for generating report. So in Colab what we need to do is we need to first uninstall the older version, and then we need to install the previous version. So here is the code to uninstall the older version, pip uninstall pandas profiling, and then once it's done we can install the latest version by using this command. And after that we can generate the HTML report like this. So this is how we can generate report by pandas profiling. Thank you for watching.